and today we are joined with a very special guest today, expert in crime statistics, especially amongst the youth, Dr. Zachary Schroer. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Well, Mr. Schroer, I just wanted to start today off by asking you, well, like, how'd you get started in this line of work and your background going into this?
Well, I went to college for a degree in forensic science with a minor in statistics, and I eventually worked my way to a doctorate. And I worked for 14 years in the child crime division at the FBI, and now I spend my time spreading awareness about crime involving the youth.
Very cool. And just on a side note, like I know recently you've been getting a lot of exposure and gaining a lot of popularity and traction amongst like your program, which is designed to try to reduce use and even ban outright completely the use of video games, especially amongst the youth, right? And so I just wanted to know, like, what was your like idea going into that, or like what was that plan?
Well, our modest proposal is that the problem with today's youth is that roughly 42% of the world's homicides occur in among youth ages between 10 and 29, because everyone knows when you hit 30 you're old, but like, yeah. And this isn't even accounting for all acts of violence. It's only the ones where death is involved. And going beyond the typical physical activities can also lead from youth crime in a young age to organized crime when you're older, which is something that is just terrible. And I'm so sad to see it. So our solution, to which the aforementioned solution that you mentioned earlier, is to outright ban all video games. And we see this as the problem because as of right now, it has been estimated that 91% of children play video games. And it just so happens that 90% of the popular video games that children play, which would account for almost all of them, portray violence in one way or another, whether it be the shooting in the Call of Duty lobbies, the irrational driving in Grand Theft Auto, or the stomping on Goombas in Super Mario, or even just the outright cannibalism in Pac-Man. It's too much for our youth. And the main advantage of this is that it would reduce access to the violent media. It would prevent similar actions of violence in the youth. It would give it more time to focus on the productive tasks and forming relationships, which can have positive impact on the youth's mentality and willingness to commit acts of aggression or violence. And third, it would reduce exposure to aggressive behaviors in competitive video game voice chats and text threads. And that is really a big problem, is being exposed to all this. Is you're just giving it all. It's all out there. It's just a really big problem for us.
Right. So, like, my main question is like I heard this, and it's like it's very all very valid points, right? But why not increase school funding for programs that can like help students manage anger and like use it for a very positive way, or help the community, or offer like safe environments away from a toxic home environment, or programs such as Big Sisters or Big Brothers and Big Sisters of America, right? That have like these mentorship opportunities. Like, why is it that like banning video games is the answer, and not these like other other programs?
While our solution may seem a little far-fetched, it it's the one that takes the most action. It gets straight to the point. It eliminates the problem. We can attest that it will work. In my own personal experience with video games, I've played quite a few. I've encountered a multitude of toxic and aggressive behaviors, and in some extreme scenarios, these behaviors have even come out into my real life interactions. And seeing this just showed how much it has an effect on our actions and how much it can change a person. And it just made me think that if this is affecting me, how much can it affect someone that is more susceptible in change in personality, or someone who can already lean towards being an aggressive behavior? Uh, and I just think it's the best option that we have so far right now.
Well, that was very informative, very, very, very necessary to hear about that. Right, spread it out to the masses, and
Thank you.
I hope I can have you on some later time. Hopefully, as a congratulations for a successful campaign.
Thank
Thank
you.
you very much, Dr. Schiller.
Thank you.